Good afternoon, welcome to GrainTV. My name's Cody Bills, Brock Shimano. Today is Monday the 11th and we had the markets moving higher here. Let's get right into Fire Tip Trading Platform, see where we closed off the day. Corn for May delivery trading up 6 3/4, soybeans up 9 1/2, wheat in Chicago trading up 3 1/4, and Kansas City wheat trading up 2 1/2. Now Brock, we did have export inspections this morning. Did they add or did they hurt this rally?
You know, I think it aided the corn rally a little bit in the wheat market as well. Soybeans kind of missed the mark, though, this week on export inspections. If we take a look at the numbers here, we saw corn come in at 14 million bushels exported this week. Expectations were for 10 to 15 million bushels. Soybeans, like I said, they missed the mark. They came in only at 17 million bushels when expectations were for 30 to 40 million bushels. So we missed the mark there on soybeans, and wheat came in 27 million bushels exported, 20 to 30 was expected. So we did come in at the high end of expectations. But where does that leave us for the marketing year, Cody? Let's take a look at the chart. We've been following all marketing year long. The green line is what we should be seeing for weekly exports to meet the current USDA projections. This is for soybeans. If we take a look at what we saw this week, the red bar, we did miss the mark quite a bit for the weekly total needed to meet the expectations there. But for the year, we still run well ahead of pace to meet those expectations, 194 million bushels ahead of pace for soybeans, but we did fall about 17 million bushels on that pace this week. If we turn our attention to corn here, a little bit of a different story. We did miss a little bit on the seasonal expectations to meet the current USDA projections, but we still are about 23 million bushels behind pace, even though the USDA did revise their total down by about 75 million bushels last week in the USDA WASDE report. We still run well behind pace, and we fell another 3.5 million bushels this week. So it looks like we did get a little bit of support this week for corn and for wheat, but you know, looking ahead, Cody, do you think this is going to keep the market rallying, or do you think we're going to fall back just a little bit here?
Well, just looking at the market here today, if we switch back on over to Fire Tip here, you'll notice that we traded up right around 716 here for that May contract. Now remember, this is the second day, this is the second day after the rally when the USDA announced their latest supply and demand report. And I wouldn't be surprised here if this 716 was kind of the high that we see in the next coming days. You know, we may, if we trade up tomorrow, there's a good chance we will be hitting on this 720, which is a 200-day moving average. There's a 100-day moving average. You also have this previous low back here in January that was set. And I think there's just a lot of resistance up there right around that 720 mark. And not only that, but fundamentally, I just don't see a reason why we would need to be trading over that 720. We got the ethanol market. It continues to be weak. We have wheat trading at a discount to corn right now in March, and that's something we haven't ever seen in the 10 years we've collected cash market data. We've never seen wheat trade at this much of a discount in March during the end of the wheat marketing year. You know, typically we may see this during wheat harvest, but not during this time of the marketing year. And to me, that does not bode well for the corn used for feed in the supply and demand report. The bottom line here is I am really concerned about corn. I don't think it'll be able to hold any prices over 720. I wouldn't be surprised if we go in a sideways pattern here.
And I've seen some rumors coming across the news wires too that wheat is actually being bid at ethanol plants. So that's really something to concern for corn use of going to ethanol again. You know, if wheat's starting to be competitive and they're starting to use it in ethanol plants, you know, what is that going to mean for ethanol use going down the line? We already know they're running well behind pace.
Yeah, and of course, and then you also look at export sales, and we know that, you know, that was revised a bit in the last WASDE report, and this morning we had South Korea actually buy from 68,000 metric tons of corn from South America. So they purchased it right from South America. We lost the sale there, and to me that just shows we're just not competitive at these prices, and I think that this isn't going to bode well for prices in the future.
You know, we have rallied over the last couple of days, and I think that's partially been aided by commodity funds getting back in there, especially in the corn market, pushing us a little higher. On Friday, we saw about 10,000 net longs added for corn. Saw another 9,000 added today. So if we do start to head a little bit further south, we could see some of those longs unravel and start, you know, pushing this rally, or excuse me, pushing the selling a little bit lower.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if tomorrow, Tuesday, kind of lives up to its name, Turnaround Tuesday. Maybe we see a high printed somewhere around 720, or maybe the high from today holds. Otherwise, I really don't think we can push or hold above that 720 mark. Other than that, that pretty much wraps up today's show. Thanks a lot for tuning in. Remember, you can follow us on Twitter at GrainTV, and you can follow us on Facebook as well. If you have any questions about what we talked about today, give us a call at 877-472-4607. Thanks a lot for tuning in. We'll see you tomorrow.